In this video, we're going to discuss the Blood Moon Interactive website. So this is a project that I've been kind of working on the side for a while, and recently released it to the public. You may have seen an announcement on the Discord or on YouTube as a kind of a community announcement, but I thought a video might be nice because this will give you a chance to see the website and kind of give you a guided tour of the content of the website and maybe some of the intentions behind the website, and just a little more depth than, hey, it exists. So let's get started. So first thing I want to call your attention to are the categories here on the left-hand side. These categories do not correspond to what you might find in Max, right? Everything seems to be stuffed in objects or puzzle or RPG. And I tried my best to kind of break it out a little bit more. I may move some of these around and recategorize them. I've kind of looked at some of them and thought, well, you know what? I think maybe some of these could maybe fall under a different category. And want to try to make this as intuitive as possible. But just bear in mind that there's a lot of categories here. I did my best. If you have a suggestion on how something might be categorized better, then feel free to call that out. Let me know. But if you click on one of these category links, then that'll drop down the category, and you can see all the ones that have categorized in that area. Each one that has a video already on YouTube will have that little icon displayed right next to it. But you can tell there's a whole bunch of behaviors that I haven't covered yet. There's something like 330 behaviors all told. So I've got a lot of work cut out in front of me. And I will do my best. And that's kind of why I chose to make this website to begin with. I thought this could be a little bit more in depth. I could probably do, a decent job at keeping up to date. Necrom is a beast. He works nonstop on these behaviors. He's constantly updating them. The software itself keeps getting updated with new features and new capabilities all the time. So it'll be a challenge to keep these up to date, but I will do my best. But it'll give you a pretty good understanding, even if it's not 100% perfect. So let me show you what I mean by that. If I just click on one of these just by random, it's going to give you a high level description of what this behavior is. It's going to give you the parameters, because I chose one with just like one parameter. Let me try to find one with a few more parameters. There we go. And it breaks down like what is this parameter for and what is the default value that you can see in there currently and things like that. So it really kind of breaks it all down for you. It gives you more information about like what are the features of this behavior and some of the things that I think maybe not as obvious to you that are actually really cool about some of the behaviors that are available to us. And then it kind of gives you some idea of some of the related behaviors. This isn't perfect. I'd like to go in there and just kind of revise some of these and make sure that they make sense. Because for instance, there's no sun control behavior, for example. So I'll probably go through and revise those. Good enough for now. It's a minimally viable product is what we say in the industry. There's a button here. If there's a video, there's a button that'll launch you straight to YouTube so you can watch the video. Now, if there's no video, then it'll just say coming soon. And then as soon as I get that video made, I'll make sure to update that link. Now you can click on this link here at the top in the navigation bar, or you can click on the icon here to bring you back to the home page. So that's the behavior portion of the website, but there's more to it than that. There's actually a lot more. I'm going to be doing a monthly behavior article. So I'm going to pick a behavior just at random and write a complete article on that behavior. So it's going to go over like, what is this? How do you use it? What are some of the examples of where you might use this sort of thing and features of it and so on. So it really kind of goes into depth about that particular behavior, and that'll be a once a month feature of the site. Go back to the home page again. If you're new to GameGuru Max, or if you want to try to explain to somebody, hey, what is GameGuru Max? Maybe you just give them a link to what is GameGuru Max. So this is an article that really just breaks down everything there is to know about GameGuru Max for entry level person. Tells you what it is, what it's good for, what its limitations might be. All of those things are broken down here. and it highlights the community support and so on and so forth, has a link to the issues board. So really comprehensive stuff here. So if you're not familiar with GameGuru Max and you want to know more, you can read that article, or if you want to share that information, just give them a link straight to that link. Go back on the breadcrumb trail. And the quick links has all the other features in the website. There's a lot. So I'm going to try to go through this somewhat quickly, so this video is not like an hour long. But there's a lot here. Some of this stuff is actually not even available yet, so I'm gonna give you a sneak preview as well. We have a link to the issues board in case we need it. There is a buy me a coffee link. That's just for reciprocation. Some people want to give back, and I'm not asking for anything, but if you want to, feel free. It's up to you. You can contact me if you need to. So again, if there's something on the website that's not up to date, or if you have a question, or if you have a request or something like that, you can click this link. It's going to bring up this modal, and you can fill this out, and this will send me an email, and then I'll try to respond within the first couple of days. So I'll be looking out for those if you need any kind of support. The next link here is game design principles. So this is something I've been adding to very recently. I think there's something like 40, maybe a little less. I'm not going to do the math right now, but these are articles on game design and game development concepts, right? So core gameplay loops and difficulty balancing and flow theory and things like that. So things that in the past, I've done videos that are kind of not behavior related, and they haven't been the most popular, but I feel like some people still get value from those. And I think there's a lot to learn. I've always said that GameGuru Max is very easy. Game development is not. Game development is hard, right? Game development takes a lot of work. There's whole teams devoted to some of these studios. You may be one person out there just trying to make something fun, and it's hard, and there's a lot to it. So this is a place to go to kind of brush up on your skills, learn about some of the concepts that maybe you're just not familiar with or haven't been thinking about. And like, for instance, how many of you know what ludonarrative dissonance is, right? So raise your hands if you knew what that was. Put it in the comments below and be honest if you knew what that was. I didn't know what it was. I had to read about it. But it's all there. And so there's a lot of information there. Now, if you want to learn even more than what's covered here, because these are all pretty cursory and high level, there are some links to some books that I found on Amazon. These are affiliate links. So if you were to purchase one through one of these links, it would support the channel. So I would appreciate that. But again, no obligation at all, just putting it out there. Let me show you what else is on the quick launch. We have past articles. So if you want to read a past article, right now there's not much in there because I just got started, but as these monthly featured behaviors get rolled out and replaced and new ones come out, if you missed one or if you want to go back and look at one again, those will be located there. We have an asset resource page. Now this again kind of needs a little work. I've got some links on there, but there's actually a lot more out there that I want to put on here. So I'll be adding to these. You're welcome to send me an email with any suggestions for sites that you found that are helpful, whether it be free resources or paid resources. Do be sure to call that out for me. Just make it easy for me to know how to categorize it. And I'll do my best to get that added for you. Let's see. And then lastly, this is an experimental feature. This isn't actually ready yet, so you'll see coming soon on the actual site, but I'm going to give you a sneak preview today, the game idea generator. So when you click on this button, it brings you to this page. Now, call out right away. This is a AI generated idea generator, right? So it doesn't know GameGuru Max. It doesn't know its limitations. It may give you an idea that isn't exactly something that you just pull off in GameGuru Max today. That is not really the point. This is meant for inspirational purposes, right? So maybe you don't do it exactly the way it describes, but maybe, kind of gives you a direction. That's the idea. So let's suppose I wanted to make a puzzle game and I'm a beginner. So I'm going to choose a beginner and I'm going to click generate, and it's going to just generate for you an idea. So let's read this because I haven't read all of these. So a beginner friendly puzzle game where players interact with simple systems to develop basic gameplay skills. focuses on learning and fun accessibility. So it suggests some like core mechanics and then some additional suggested mechanics that you could include as well. These, again, these mechanics are really just kind of vague or, rough ideas. They're not specifics, right? So, bear that in mind, use it for inspiration. That's really what it's meant for. And maybe something will spark an idea. And then I kind of put a little disclaimer here. Hey, not all these are generated specifically for Mac. So bear in mind, you're not going to get third person. You're not going to get multiplayer right now. So just keep that in mind. But that's coming. It'll have all the different genres that we can do today. It'll have beginner, intermediate, and advanced ideas. And there's going to be hundreds of them. So knock yourself out playing around with that. Maybe something will spark an idea or an interest in you, and maybe that'll be the next great game. But that is everything on the site today. There might be more coming as time goes on. If you have an idea or something you think that would be really cool or very helpful to the community, by all means, send me an email. Use the contact me to send me an email and say, hey, I thought this might be cool. If you can pull it off, I'll see what I can do. I don't know if I can always do everything, but I'll try. But that's it. That's the website as it is today. If you enjoyed the video or if you learned anything new, please be sure to click the like button down below. If you're new here or if you just haven't subscribed yet, welcome. Check out the site. I hope it gives you all the information that you might be looking for, but if not, feel free to ping me and let me know. If you would like a notification for whenever a new video gets posted, I am doing kind of a once a week schedule right now, but you might get kind of a random video like this once in a while. So if you want an alert, bell icon's your friend. That's going to help you out. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. I always appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. If you want to learn some more, why don't you check out this video next.